as a rule, take it as a rule, if your mother or father find themselves in need to change the tone of their voice when they speak with you and to adjust their facial expressions when speaking with you, know very well you have failed in the department of birr, and in the eyes of Allah you are treading on extremely thin ice. And that's why Abdullah ibn Awn, one of the predecessors, his mother called him and he responded with a tone that was slightly louder than the tone of her voice when she called him, and he considered this a major sin, and so he freed 2 slaves as an atonement, as an expiation for this sin. She called him, Abdullah, and he said, yes, a few decibels higher than the decibels of his mother's call. For him, this was a major sin. And he freed 2 slaves. And just for those who are unsure, the idea of freeing slaves in Islam is connected to the major sins in the religion. Like accidental killing, like matrimonial relations with your spouse during the fasting hours in Ramadan. You free slaves because Islam is using every opportunity to encourage freedom. For him, this was of that category. Astaghfirullah, what have I done? And he frees 2 slaves. So how would Abdullah ibn Awn have reacted if he saw some of the loud-mouthed and foul-mouthed behavior towards mother and father? Young man who is screaming at the top of his voice because the food is not what he expected, or the food was a little bit late, or because his socks were not arranged in his wardrobe. Or a young man or woman who are banging on the side of their car, hurry up, mom, God's sake, you're always so slow. And the poor lady is scrambling around the house, trying to get things together to spare herself from the wrath of her child. So make them feel honored, even when it comes to the tone that you use with them and the facial expressions that you use. Facial expressions mean a lot.